Salutations, dear viewers. It's Clementine, and today's showcase unfolds in the vivid landscape of the worldbuilding project, the Eclipse of Mylon. I'm excited to share the intricacies of the weaponry that defines this realm, with this being the second video to a 4-part series dedicated to these fascinating tools of survival. This video in particular shines light on the noble weapons, also known as the Donhoid Blades. Centuries have witnessed the enduring legacy of circulating weapons within Sembar, an integral part of their cultural survival. In the desert, obsidian is abundant, allowing a community of skilled craftsmen to flourish, shaping the very tools they grasp. While the contemporary era introduces the allure of metallic weapons, the culture bias still resonates towards obsidian. In the bustling cities, the Donhoid people elevate the art of blades craftsmanship to new heights. With meticulous precision, they delicately carve and shape their blades, sculpting not just a weapon, but a work of art. These blades, and with artistic finesse, boast clean and beautiful edged profiles, a testament to the craftsmanship that defines the Donhoid people. But these blades aren't just for show. They're wielded with care and purpose. Within their sharpness lies a cultural ethos. The nomadic tribes view these dedications to the beauty of the weapons as foolish and a bit questionable. For the Donhoid people, particularly the upper class, this is just the way of life. The low caste typically using more roughly crafted weapons akin to the Samoid blades featured in the previous video. Although they do try to add whatever decorations to it that they can to try and mimic their upper class, it does not always come through. Next, we turn our gaze to the backbone of most armories, the dagger, as well as the spear. These aren't mere instruments of conflict, they are cultural symbols embraced both by warriors and non-warriors alike. Although the town gods often favor the noble spear for its more defensive stance. Focusing on the dagger for a moment, we find ourselves with another smoothly shaped blade, with a detailed handle. However, it is the scabbard that takes center stage. Scabbard have a graceful curve, rigid carved from an almost extinct plant. However, in the contemporary era, ivory or metal is often used. Beyond just aesthetics, these blade scabbards serve additional purposes. Within the curve, they create additional space within, which are often utilized for holding water and oils, to prevent the space from going to waste. This water, although not enough to replace the need for a water container, it does act as a good last resort when water runs out. The spears themselves, although delicate and beautifully ornately made, don't share so much significance beyond what can be mentioned with any bladed weapon of the Donhoid people. Diverging from the refined elegance of the traditional blades, unique fusion emerges. Throwing knives. These blades, rare in their preservation of the roughness caused by the knapping process, it seemingly blends the distinct styles of the Samoid and Donhoid, primarily on account of their likeness to shatter when thrown. They are, however, not for the common man, as they are reserved exclusively for the warrior caste, with the clear expectation being a display of skill where the blade endures, avoiding the chance of shattering. It is expected that after the conflict is over, the battlefield will be swept to find these knives to be reused, ultimately leading to the wielder being more careful when using them in battle to prevent them from getting shattered. This focus on reusability has given rise to a unique form of ornament, while not as elegant and intricately crafted as the dagger handles. The throwing knives handles bear a simpler yet purposeful decoration. Warrior's commitment not just to the battle, but also to preservation and use of their chosen weapon shows quite thoroughly through here, as they seem to mimic a bit more Samoid in their design, being very rough on the edges, to keep up in their decor. For our last weapon of this video, we come across a sinister creation, the Sharda Darts. Devised by devious and dishonorable warriors, these blades stand in stark contrast to the honorable traditions of the Donhoid people, as well as the Samoid tribes hold dear. The intention behind the Sharda Darts is not to deliver a swift and clean strike, rather cruel and calculating one. Once the blade has penetrated the skin, through leverage of the wielder they can cause the weapon to snap and shatter within the wound, leaving its victim with long-term agonizing pain as the shards are embedded within. It is cruel to note the intention behind these devious blades. It's not a tool meant for honorable conflict with swift victory. Shard darts find its place in the hands of those willing to forsake the principles of fair engagement, leaving a mark that extends far beyond the battlefield. It also stands in great contrast with the one-weapon law that limits the Donhui people, as their weapon is used alongside another. The Donhui distinct fighting style, characterized by careful and calculated maneuvers, stands in stark contrast to the reckless and aggressive Sanoid tactics. Rooted in the necessity to preserve their blades due to restricted laws limiting weapon possession from anyone outside of the warrior class, the Donhui have developed a philosophy that a battle should be won with a single decisive strike. Members of the warrior class are, however, exempted from this rule, and do tend to try to preserve their weapons, often engage in duels using bludgeoning weapons alongside their ornate obsidian blades. The goal being to shatter the opponent's blade, disarming them and leaving them vulnerable to the final strike while maintaining the durability of your own. A notable aspect of Donhui etiquettes, though not directly related to blades, but I think would be interesting enough to note, is that in combat it's the profound respect that opponent is given when one chooses to back off from a fight. This is seen as a gesture of acknowledging the other's strength. That's considered an honorable act. However, if an opponent continues the duel after the other has withdrawn, it could lead to a tarnished reputation, as it goes against the principles and respect and sportsmanship upheld by Donhui society. Social rules regarding dueling may vary on social class, specifically amongst the lower class, which tends to be less rule restrictive in following these customs when dueling amongst themselves. However, whenever they engage with foreigners and noblemen, they diligently adhere to the established guidelines, likely a tradition they form to maintain their own survival. And that will conclude our exploration on the Donhui blades. Please do get ready for my next video, where we'll be unraveling the bludgeoning weapon of both the Donhui and Sanoid people. I do hope you enjoyed exploring these novel weapons as much as I have shared them. Please do drop your thoughts, questions, or suggestions down below. I'd love to hear from you and create some unique weapons following this. And of course, if you're hungry for a little bit more content, please do check out another one of my videos. So the morrow brings us together once more. This is Clementine. Fare thee well in your endeavours.